You talk about a frequently asked question. One I get all the time from students is, "Hey, Anthony, I don't have any experience. How am I going to get a job when all I can list really on my resume is the certifications I've passed and the hands-on practice that I've done to gain those certifications? These people want experience. I ain't got no experience." Don't say ain't. So let's tackle that in this video. Got an idea for you and something that I just did on my own that I want to share with you. So my stepdad came to me and he said, "Hey, Anthony, he said, hey, A, because he calls me A, because he's into brevity. So he came to me and he said, "Hey, I've got an invention. I created a cool garden ornament or patio ornament, and it's called the Patriotic Parrot." And I said, "Wow, that is so cool." And he said, "Hey, do you think you could help me with a website that would showcase the Patriotic Parrot and that would allow folks to order the Patriotic Parrot?" And I said, "I sure can." And I immediately thought to myself, this is a great little project so I can get some real world experience with none other than AWS. So for this project, I fired up Adobe's Muse. Unfortunately, Adobe is canceling Muse in the future. There'll be no support for it or anything in 2020. A real bummer. It's a one-stop shop to create websites. I totally love it. I guess the point of them canceling it is you can create websites using all the other tools working together of Adobe's Creative Cloud, but yikes, I certainly like the one-stop shop. But anyways, I created a website, published it to a local folder on my laptop, and then went up to Amazon and went into AWS and specifically the S3 service, and I dumped the files for the patrioticparrot.com website into an S3 bucket. So as you can see, here's all the files that Muse created for me onto my local hard drive, and I copied them up into this bucket, patrioticparrot.com. I then went into the properties of the bucket and I did this wonderful thing of static website hosting. So I turned this on. How cool is this? I don't need a web server. I don't need to deal with Linux running Apache or Microsoft running IIS or any of that crapola. All I need is to turn on the static website hosting out of the S3 bucket. Then, of course, I had registered, and in fact, I did this first, but you could do it in the reverse order, I suppose. I went up to another great service of Amazon, and that service would be good old Route 53. By the way, did you ever wonder why it's called Route 53? I did, and then it dawned on me, 53 is the port used by DNS. Ha ha, how clever. So in here, I went and set up the patrioticparrot.com domain, and you end up, and you can register the domain right through AWS now, by the way. No need to go to GoDaddy or anybody else. And what you're doing for your records is you can set them up so that they point to the S3 bucket. But if you go in and you look at this alias record right here, you're going to see that it's not pointing to the S3 bucket. It's pointing to CloudFront. Well, what's the deal there? Well, certainly on the patrioticparrot.com website, where there will be these birds sold, we need HTTPS. Yeah, no one's going to buy anything from your e-commerce site if it's not secured. So S3 buckets for web hosting don't support SSL. So what are you going to do? Well, no problem. What I did was I went over to the wonderful CloudFront service, and inside CloudFront, we go ahead and serve up the Patriotic Parrot website, which I would want to do anyways, so it's nice and snappy when it comes to delivering this website all over the world. And we can tie the SSL to the CloudFront distribution. So it's a nice workaround for the fact that the S3 static hosting is not going to accommodate SSL. And that is the story of how I gain experience. Think about this, building a website. And yes, I'll show you the website in a moment, and don't make fun of me because I am no website designer. It's like my finest work, but any website designer watching this is probably going to vomit in their mouth. But so it's designing some website fun. And then what really was great about this was the experience with S3 and CloudFront and Route 53 inside of AWS. Okay, now the moment you've all been waiting for, I'm sure, the Patriotic Parrot website. Yeah, look at this. Notice I made an animated GIF out of that video of the Patriotic Parrot that I had, and we've got photos of this cool invention there, and my little animated GIF videos and some testimonials. Hey, that's my wife. And yeah. And by the way, proceeds are donated to charity. That's so cool. A portion of the proceeds. And then our purchase buttons. All of this super snappy. The performance is out of control on all of this because it's being served up, remember, out of that wonderful CloudFront distribution in AWS. So, making up your own project idea and implementing it inside of Amazon Web Services is a really swell idea. And by the way, all of this could have remained in the free tier if I had wanted it to. Now, in my case, I'm well beyond the free tier with AWS. So, this is costing me money, but it is costing me very little money, I can assure you, because again, the S3 costs here are super minimal. The CloudFront costs are super minimal. I guess this is costing me like $12 a month or something like that. So you can do projects, stay within the free tier, and spend nothing on those projects. Thanks so much for viewing, and hey, go up and buy yourself a Patriotic Parrot. You'll love it.